Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading.com's live futures education and training program. My name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the moderators here with American Dream Trading.com, which was founded by, created by, is owned by, is incorporated by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. Why do we call him Coach? Because he coaches us through the muddy waters of everything investing, whether it's stock options, crypto, or in this case, futures. He teaches us how to day trade, swing trade, long term investing, retirement investing, dividend reinvesting, covered calls, cash secured puts, REIs, all those things. Anything you can think of that you can invest in. Coach educates us on how to do that. We're glad you could be here today. If this is your first time here today, would you please click the subscribe button? Also, make sure you click for like those of you who are on YouTube, and so make sure you give us a thumbs up, a like. Also, click your notification buttons so that you always are aware when a new live stream has started. And we are live for free as an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com thrice times per day. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live here with the Futures Education and Training Program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And then we have our aftermarket show with Don over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. That starts at 5 p.m. each and every night, Monday through Friday. Now make sure you check them all out. Each show is entirely different from the other one, especially the aftermarket. If you like, you could even join the live panel there. You could open up your mic and your camera and interact that way if you choose to. Or you can do like you do here on all the other social media platforms. You can type questions into your social media chat box. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat box there, and we will do our best to answer your question live as time allows. We'll answer your questions. We may do some live training, talk about different trading strategies and coaches' principles and rules and all the different things, and with the memberships and everything we have. So, by the way, we do have promos going on here at American Dream Trading, and that was the thing I wanted to put on my screen over here, and I forgot. I was trying to figure out I was missing something here. Let me take a second here to pull this up. Where's it at here? Click on the right button. And that would be, where is that? That is. Scroll up. A lot of postings today in our free Discord, which you can find at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go over there, scroll about halfway down. You'll see all our link to the free Discord, which you can grab. And when you do that, that will get you into our Discord, and you can join in on the Stock Lounge, and you can interact with other members. Also get you access to our training programs that we have. You can watch videos. You can look at training documents. There's also a discount channel in there for discounts on a whole lot of different things, from Teslas to TradingView to Starlink, you name it. There's all kinds of things in there. It's very interesting. And those are all available to you for absolutely free, for $0. We are running some promos here today. Let me share that with you on my other screen here. This are the promos that we are running. These are limited on how many people can purchase them. Once that is sold out, they will not be eligible for these promotional discounts. I cannot tell you whether they're going to end today or tomorrow or next week, or may already ended. So when you go to our website, if it doesn't allow you to purchase, that means they are all sold out. We have, as you see, our Diamond Lifetime membership. That is our all-inclusive, everything we've ever created, lifetime memberships to the stock options, futures, and crypto memberships, all wrapped into one. That covers everything that we've ever created here and everything that we may create in the future. Matter of fact, we have new products about ready to be released here very shortly. So check those out. We will now. This is the big promo here. It's 10,000 one-time payment. Never have to pay again, ever again. It's lifetime everything. However, part of this promotion, we'll allow you to make two payments of 5,000 each if you so choose to, or you can pay it one. It doesn't matter. You can break it up into two payments if you like. And that includes everything, every benefit that we have here at American Dream Trading. The things that you see here that we talk about live, they're not even the tip of the iceberg. We have, with those Diamond Lifetime memberships, that'll get you up to 12 hours of training per day, Monday through Friday, from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours a day in a live Zoom call with an open mic that you can talk at any time and ask questions, seek clarifications. However, it's a very exciting thing. No one else does that but us. There's also the live Zoom chat in there. If you don't like talking on your microphone, which a lot of our members don't, they will ask their questions by typing it out just the same way you would do here in your social media platforms. And we will answer their questions that way also. So that is all inclusive. That is literally, and this is not an exaggeration, if you would buy everything in lifetimes and buy all the programs, everything that's available, that would be over a $50,000 value, right? So it's a heck of a deal. None of that. It's on sale right now for $10,000. So you can see it's 1/5 of the value itself. It normally goes for 20, but right now for this during this promotion period, you can get it for 10, and those are limited on how many are being offered. So if you happen to go to the website and attempt to purchase that, and it will not show it or at that promotional price of 10, then that means they're all sold out. We also have the VIP Gold Complete program. That's a combination of our VIP and VIP Gold add-ons. You can get those for $8,000. That's two payments of $4,000 each if you so choose to do it that way. Okay. Or you could buy the VIP Lifetime, two payments of $2,000 each or $4,000. If you already are a VIP member, you can get the VIP Gold add-on lifetime membership for $2,000 a month for 2 months, total $4,000. Again, these are lifetime memberships. Once you pay these, you never have to pay again for anything. Again, the Diamond Lifetime is the ultimate best value. It's the top of the line and includes everything. I mean, if we add up the individual things, I mean, our membership class is $500 a month itself, so that's $6,000 right there, right? That doesn't even include the gold the VIP Gold breakout rooms that happen Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You get that mentorship program that's once a week with a coach in a small group setting, and he'll deep dive into your questions and help you out that way. So it's almost like a one-on-one with coach. It's an amazing thing. We also have workshop classes once a month that are put on by our training moderators, and that costs money also. So all these things add up that they're there that you can buy a la carte on some of those. They're all included in that Diamond Lifetime membership. You can do two payments of $5,000 or pay once if you like for 10 and get it out of the road. By far the greatest value. You can go if you want to, since you have a lifetime membership to all the memberships that we offer, which Coach, by the way, does not offer lifetime memberships very often. So these only come around every so often individually, let alone all at once in this Diamond package. So it's a great value. Take advantage of it. And again, if you don't make your second payment, well, sucks to be you, right? So make sure you have that money set aside to do so. If you're not really sure, go ahead and pay it all at once. That's up to you. It doesn't matter to me how you do it. If your payment is not received, the second payment is not received in full, your access will be terminated after the first month. Full month's up. So that payment, when it's due, if it's not made, then you will be uh, effectively kicked out of the program. There you go. Anything else? It's like a layaway plan. You don't pay it, guess what? You don't get the product, right? So check that out. We also have, if you wish, we also have our premium membership, which is our entry tier for $125 a month. You can pay that annually and save yourself a few $100s. We also have the crypto membership, which is $500 a year, or right now, because that is a new program, you can get in on the ground floor with that because we don't have all the pieces and puzzles together of the puzzle together yet, still work in progress. You can buy a lifetime for that for $1,500. If you like to trade crypto, we got a very good group in there moderating that, building that all up. They have all kinds of videos and training videos and things now, and they can answer your questions and help you learn to trade all things crypto. And then you have this, what you're watching today, the futures. That's another standalone. It is, you can get this for $250 a month. Obviously, you can pay that by the year, save yourself some money that way also. You can pay any of our memberships, our regular memberships, annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. Obviously, you get the biggest discount on a one-time payment, a yearly payment. So check it out. All you got to do is go to AmericanDreamTrading.com for that and more information. Make sure you grab that free Discord while you're there. It's absolutely free. Come in and kick the tires, ask questions, anything you want to do in there, right? As you get paid memberships, then other channels and training and educational programs are opened up to you. Diamond unlocks everything that we have. Thank you very much. So go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and check that out. Now, just to kind of give you a quick comparison of all of our memberships, you can see, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this. This is also available inside our free Discord. It lists all of our different membership benefits and which benefits are included in each package. As you can see, the Diamond membership is in the center column, and it includes every single thing we have to offer. And then it lists the premium, the VIP, the gold add-on, futures memberships, and crypto memberships, what is available there. So if you want to look at that, the easiest way is to join our free Discord. Go in there, and you'll have access to this chart. Or you can screenshot it if you want right now on your computer or whatever you're watching on. So take advantage of that. So that breaks down all the different benefits that we have, plus there is more. So take advantage of it. We'll talk about it later on in the program. So if you have any questions about memberships, I will be more than happy to try to answer them to you. And if I can't, I will get you somebody that can. So anyway, thanks for being here today. Again, if this is your first time being here, please click that subscribe button. Click the notification button so that you do not miss any of our broadcasts, the upcoming ones, which are from 9 to 11, 2 to 4, and 5 to 6:30 daily. Check them out. Also, make sure you click that notification button and give us a thumbs up over there, you YouTubers. We have a bunch of people watching, but we don't have as many thumbs up as there is people in the room. So go over there and smash that thumbs up. It helps our logarithm when you do that. It's good to see everybody over there. I see Trading Pennies is back, and Mikey Sweet Tea, and Marcus Mike Jones is back, and X the Trader. Good to see you all coming back again. When you guys get tired of watching for free and you want to up your training, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and up your game. Again, this is just these free broadcasts are really, I mean, honestly, your mind will be blown once you get in one of these membership programs. It's just unbelievable the amount of things that you can see. And the VIP Gold, and the lifetime levels of membership, all those classes and things are recorded, and you can go back and watch them at your leisure as many times as you like. I have to do it that way myself, being a moderator, and now that running the inside the futures program all day, I don't have the opportunity to attend 90% of the things that we offer here. So I always have to go back and watch the replays after the fact, which is all right. The only thing I don't get to do is ask my question, right? Because I'm not present to do that. But that is there for me to do at my own leisure. and it's there for you. You know, if you got to go somewhere for the day and you're going to miss a training class, well, you can go back and review that from the VIP and up membership levels. Now, that is not available at the premium level, so you don't have that access. Also included in your memberships with the VIP Gold, the Diamond memberships, and crypto and futures membership is you get Coaches 2.0 indicators. The 3.0 version of this is getting ready to be released here shortly. Maybe only a couple days away. I'm not quite sure. It's getting very close to being released to the paid members. This comes with your membership. This only works with TradingView, so you do have to have a subscription to TradingView. TradingView is a standalone charting program. They offer subscription-based services. Again, you can do theirs monthly and quarterly, whatever, right? I buy it annually every year. I have the top premium level, most expensive one for only reason because I'm a moderator and I share my screen and I like the benefits of some of the things it offers so I can demonstrate things to people. But in reality, all you need is the base plan to get started. And if you find you want some things on there that's not, you can always upgrade. Matter of fact, you can upgrade and downgrade just with a click of a button, and whenever you want to. So again, there's the same way. You get a bigger discount if you pay annually. Not associated in any way with AmericanDreamTrading.com. I don't make a dime if you go over there and buy a subscription to TradingView. Why do I use it? I love it. I just like the functionality of it. I can put anything I want on my charts. If I want 1,000 indicators on here, I can put them on there. Wouldn't recommend doing that. Clouds up your thing, and then you get analysis paralysis, and you never end up making a decision. So I use Coach's indicators almost exclusively. It's not that I can't add anything, right? It's my chart. I can put whatever I want on it, just like you can. Matter of fact, I'm really only using one other little indicator that somebody else wrote, and I have it on my chart. And there's a whole list. You can go up here in these indicators here, and there's all kinds of things you can search by, the different types they are. I mean, the list is just, or if you're just looking for certain thing, you can go up in the search box and type it. These are just some of the general descriptions, and you go inside these things and it breaks them down even more. There's probably hundreds of each one in there. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I've played around with lots of them over the time, but it comes right back down to it. I try to keep my charts as simplified as possible. I don't want a lot of things clouding my judgment. But again, it's your chart. You can put whatever you want on it. I just have these Coach's indicators and this one little thing here that shows me the New York session, the London session, and the Tokyo session. And they act as points of resistance also. So you can see ES came up here and hit high and pulled back today. So go check that out also. Now, the other thing I do like about TradingView is I have Weeble's actually my broker. TradingView is not a broker. They're a charting software. You can put indicators, draw lines, do all those things. And but Weeble is one of the brokers I can link to this, and this is what I do. I have my brokerage account through Weeble linked to my TradingView, and I can come up here and trade my real account with my real money by just coming up here and clicking a few buttons. Now, what you see on my screen right now is it clearly shows it right down here. It says it's paper trading account. I do not trade my real money while I'm talking to you fine folks any more than I trade my real account when we're in training mode all day with our members, our paid members. Now, I did mention that we do have our paid members have access to live microphones. If they want to open up their mics right now and say hi, we got a whole bunch of people in the room here today. Let's see if they want to say hi to you. You want to go ahead and open your mics?
Social media.
There you go.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. There we go.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi-yo, neighbor.
There you go. Thank you. And so they can open up their mics anytime and ask a question, and we'll try to answer their questions also as paid members. So you may hear somebody ask a question later on. They can raise their hands and ask a question anytime they want to. All it takes is me to look over to my right a little bit out of the corner of my eye, and I can see they got their hands up. So one of the benefits of paid membership. Matter of fact, our VIP Gold members and Diamond members actually have access to Saturday trainings. Every Saturday, there's a training session with one of our moderators, David, and he deeps dive into your questions also. So now with futures, we trade up to 23 hours in a day. And we have members all day long that are in there trading. I'm not saying they trade 23 hours a day, but you will find people crawling around the halls at 1 o'clock in the morning in their trading. The market's open from 6 p.m. Eastern time at night till 5 p.m. Eastern time the next day. And then it's closed for an hour and reopens again at 6 p.m. And there's a lot of us that do evening trading. It's a lot of fun. The volume's a little lower. It's not as chaotic. You don't have to deal with world news, breaking world news usually, or economic earnings releases, even though there are some in the early morning hours, usually somewhere on the other side of the world. Just remember, when we're sleeping, other people are busy at work. So the world doesn't just stop because those of us in the U.S. go to sleep, right? And that's the beauty of futures. You could trade it 23 hours a day. Basically, if you want to look at it that way, up to six days a week. Starts Sunday night at 6, ends at 5 on Thursdays, so, or Fridays. So you can't trade on Saturdays. It's the only day we can't trade Saturdays, full day Saturday. Again, you got to wait till 6 p.m. on Sunday, but that's what we do. And we get together and we do trade Sunday nights. You can trade whatever. That's the beauty of futures trading. You can trade around your work schedule. If you have one of them things they call a 9-to-5 job, you can work around your work schedule and trade. And dedicate yourself to doing that. So you can work it in. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way of doing that. So, all right, let me look up here, see, do we have any questions? On this, Marcus Mike Jones, 1000 Ray says on this live, can you walk us through a couple EWOs? Yes, we do want to use that in our accounts, and I have accepted a challenge from one of our other moderators, former host of this show, Ange, who has decided that she wanted to do strictly EWO plays. And I'm like, you know what? I'll join you in that challenge. And we have other members that have taken up that challenge, and we're doing it. Today I did a EWO play on ES. I also did some EWO style trading early in the morning. I mean, actually, I was scalping, but they turned into EWOs. I just got in early and wrote them up. So, yeah, I mean, an EWO strategy. Here's one that we had today, right? This is just the ES, Standard Poor 500. You can go look at the NASDAQ and the Russell. They all look pretty much the same today, right? So you wait. What you're waiting for is down here, this Elliott wave oscillator. You look back, you can see Elliott is a Mr. Elliott. He's a real person who developed this mathematical logarithm. Basically, his theory is that stocks and the markets tend to go up and down in waves. So now we have this Elliott wave oscillator on here named after Mr. Elliott. Now there's many trading strategies that smarter people than me have developed over the years. I can't speak to how well they work. I've never done any of the other ones except for Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy. Coach has been trading for over 33 years. Man knows what he's talking about. He's tried all different things over the years. Doesn't mean other trading strategies do not work or have no value. Everything has a value or it wouldn't exist, right? Just some of them will work a little better than others. He developed the 2-minute EWO strategy. And that's what we teach here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, which basically the watered down version says you will enter a trade, look to enter a trade whenever the next bar is larger than the first on a color change. So here we are from red going to green. In other words, from the downside moving to the upside. So this bar, the next bar is larger than first. That would be your entry point. Okay. Now it may not necessarily be the second bar, it may not even be the third or fourth. You have to wait for when the next bar is larger than the first. So here's your last red. There's your first green. There's your next bar larger than the first, which in this case is the second bar. So that would be your entry point. So you would enter this trade here, and then you have to decide when you get out. Technically, even though there was a little bit of a big drop here, right, which I would have got out, but necessarily you could ride this wave. Had you stayed in this all day, you could have literally made one trade, and following Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, you could have pretty much stayed in this trade all day. Matter of fact, I got out, I don't know, what time was it? Around here, I think, maybe? Or was it this one? It might have been. I actually got out, I think, here. I think is where I got out. But look how much money this went up after I got out because it took off again, right? As you can see, it was rolling a rolling hill here and it rolled down. And then it came down. It did hit a red EWO, but didn't meet the criteria for reentry, and it started a new one. So you could have got in here. You could also get in here, right? Here's your next bar larger than the first on a 2-minute chart. So this helps us to get a good entry because entry is always the key to your profits, right? If you get in up here, if you just happen to click on the chart, oh, this thing's going up, I'm going to get in here. Well, you already know that your potential for profit is even more limited had you got in when the start of the EWO. So by following Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, we would enter here. Now, through your training and education that you receive here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, you would learn how to use this, how to use all the different indicators, how to get these critical levels on your chart, historical levels of trading. And then you would use all this information, which looks kind of confusing when you first look at it, right? But you'll learn, when's a good time to get out, how to use Coach's shedding strategy and to maximize your profits. Sorry, it's not profit until you bank it, right? So anyway, so that's basically how to do that. Now the entry. Now I literally rode this up with 10 E-mini contracts until I got out. So I rode 10 and I actually shed half of them part way out. And then I did a 20, 20, and then a 10. Let that last one run for a little bit until I got stopped out. And I did extremely well. You can probably go do the math yourself, see what one of those costs and how much this is worth from going from here up to here. I mean, it continued to climb. If I had stayed in it, I would have doubled my money, more than doubled my money, actually. Because this here even grew more than what this did when I was in the active trade. Not only that, look what's happened here recently. Again, we're looking at these armchair quarterbacking. So what happened here? Here's your downturn, a change of another EWO to the downside. There's your first bar. There's your second bar. That would be your entry. Now, this is oversimplified. There are decisions you have to make at that entry point before you enter. All right. You just don't enter it blindly just because the next bar is larger than the first. Can you do that? Yes, but you should have the education and training to be able to evaluate some of the additional criteria to see whether it's a good trade. Now, in this case, it happened to be. So I could have played this to the downside, right? If I'd have got in this at 142 and I would have made one trade, I would still be in this trade. Came down here to VWAP at the 200. It may hold up here. It may just stop altogether and bounce. It could bounce right back up. But if I'd entered this with one contract, there's 100, we'll just call it 135 ticks, right? Like I say, nobody enters perfectly, right? So I'll take 135 ticks. One ES contract pays $12.50 per tick. So just from here, basically a quarter to one till right now, one contract, all right, you would be up $1,687 right now. So imagine if you did 10 of them, right? Like I do. I have a larger account. I would be up almost $17,000 just by making one click of the mouse and using my education and training that I received from Coach here at AmericanDreamTrading.com and knowing how to interpret these things. What do these mean? What do these crossover means? What are these indicators telling me, right? What are the individual candles telling me? What about my line levels and my other indicators, right? So just by doing that, I would have easily made another $16,000 just right here, right? This one up here that I got out way before it's climbed, right? Scooch this down a little bit. So from here to there. Again, that's assuming I got out at the most perfect level, which obviously nobody does. There's 225 times 12.50, right? And if I'd had 10 contracts and held on to all of them, that would have been $28,000 just from here to there. That rise. Zip, right? And you can do the same thing, rinse and repeat. There is a, from here, get off that there. From here to there is 200 ticks, right? Do the math yourself. Each tick is $12.50 per contract. And if you're trading more than one contract, that's how much money you can make. That's how much you can figure out what I did today that way, right? Now, I wasn't participating in any of these, which is, that's retirement money there. That is account changing, life changing money there today, right? So you do the math, what I just said on those ticks. That's just simple math, folks. That's nobody blowing smoke up your know what, right? That is simple math, in and out, right? And EWO helps you to get in at a proper time, and then you ride it as long as the indicators and everything on your chart tells you to stay into trade. You'll see there's nothing that says buy or sell here, right? You have to make those decisions based on your credit, your risk tolerance, right? My risk tolerance may be different than yours, but that's how the EWO works. It's very, very effective, very simple. Does every EWO guarantee you profit? Of course not. There's no one trading strategy that guarantees you profit every time. But I think if you will find, you can take whatever one you want, any futures contract you want. You can even do it with stocks. Look at all the EWOs, mark the place where it starts at. You've seen me do that here many times, right? And just go back and see how many of them actually would have made you profit had you done something very simple, such as entering when you should have, right? I'm going to reload this here. Indicator not on there, popping up for some reason. There we go. Just need to refresh it. Needed some refreshing. So there you go. This one down here. I like my EWO. I guess I got to move that one up. There we go. You can move them all around. Fully customizable indicators here. You can see I can move them around wherever I want. I can put this clear up on the top if I want to. So it's all customizable the way you want it. So yes, the 2-minute EWO strategy is highly effective. I did nothing but the 2-minute EWO strategy the first year I was with American Dream Trading. It worked so well, I quit doing it. And and there's a reason for that. I went over in the pre-market and I learned how to scalp. I'd never scalped before. I learned those techniques, and I love that. I love that style trading. I love that fix, that immediate feeling of locking in your profits. Here, none of this is profit until I sell, right? Now, can I shed and lock in profits on the way up? Yes, Coach Eva teaches us that, right? On the pullbacks, that's when you shed and lock in some of your profits. So, versus scalping, which is very stressful because you're making hundreds of decisions to enter and exit a trade versus like this, making one, right? This year that's from say noon to a quarter after 1 today. I only had to click once. All I had to do was watch my chart, decide if there's any indication I should have got out of that trade. And there was zero indication to get out of that trade. If I'd have jumped in the break and hold below this one, which turned into an EWO, all I had to do was make one click and decide when it's time to get out of that trade. And until right about now, I might have locked in my profits there, right? And no time did it say to get out. So right now it's telling you that you might want to consider it, but you might want to wait and see. Don't get too impatient. This may go back up, but we don't know that yet. So that is the EWO in an oversimplified nutshell. Knowing what to do with all this information on your chart is a whole nother extensive bit of training. Is it hard to learn? No. I mean, it depends on how quick you pick up things, right? I'm kind of a bonehead, thick-skulled, and sometimes I have to hear things multiple times for it to click. You may pick things up right away. I don't know, right? So we're also coaches giving away $1,000 in hard cash. It's very simple. Basically, you're just entering a sweepstakes. You don't even have to be a member of AmericanDreamTrading.com. You can just go right there in your social media there. One of our moderators, Doug, is up there. He is putting those links to all the different memberships that you can click on those. There's direct links right to our website. The enter to win $1,000. That will take you to it's a Glee. I don't know. You've entered sweepstakes on websites before as a Glee thing. Visit here, you get one entry. Visit here, you get another entry. Do this, you get another entry, right? So you can get, I believe, is up to 14 entries maybe if you do everything it asks. And you don't have to do them all. I never do all of them on any time I enter things like that. But it's the Glee thing. You'll see it's very familiar. They're the ones that's managing that, and it'll randomly draw one of the people who had entries into the drawing, right? So click on that link down there that Doug has marked right towards the bottom of your YouTube chat as we speak right now, right above Marcus Mike Joan 1000 Rays saying thank you, right? My initial stop losses, that depends on what I'm trading. Um, my standard stop loss is always 25 ticks, but that's for me. You may want a larger one, you may want a smaller one. Do I need 25 ticks on the indices? Yes. Do I need 25 ticks on trading oil? Absolutely not. Lucky if I need half of that, right? It's just a different beast, right? The ATR on that is on a 1 minute candle, 6 cents, right? So you have to adjust accordingly. I enter every trade I do, no matter what it is, because I have it pre-programmed into my system here. Once I do this, tell it to load it right there. See, there's my stop loss. Automatically puts a check mark there for 25 ticks. So what happens when I go into something like oil? So I'll just demonstrate here. So if I enter that, see how far away that is. Let me change these to actual money so you can see what it represents. Again, you shouldn't trade your profit and loss, but if this drops all the way down there, that's a $500 loss. That's a lot on trading oil. Why? Because oil trades in pennies. 71.77, 71.78, 79, 80, right? To the upside, same thing down. So my stop loss will be, me personally, again, it's up to you to decide what your stop loss is, right? But I do run a smaller stop loss on, energies and on gold and currencies. I have different numbers in mind, and it depends on what it's doing at that time, right? Now, if it's ran up a lot, I'll slide my stop up to help guarantee my profits. And as it reaches more critical areas, I'll even tighten up my stop even more in case, like a double top or gold level that I have, or it's about ready to say hit VWAP. I will slide my stop up just in case it rejects off there and pulls back real hard, and that helps me lock in more profits that way. But I don't. My standard entry one is 25 ticks, and I adjust accordingly. Now, if I enter with 25 ticks playing the Nasdaq? No, I will actually increase that. I will make that a larger stop loss, because the Nasdaq, why the ES may move $3 per candle, the Nasdaq can move $25 a candle, right, on any given day. So I will use a larger stop loss. And again, if you cannot stomach that amount of movement, then you don't need to be trading. You need to find something less volatile. With risk comes reward, right? So if you can't stomach watching this thing go up 25 points in a time, you're talking 100 ticks, right? So you're talking a $500 price movement in profit or loss in just one candle on Nasdaq, where the S&P 500, it generally is about $3 to $4 average. So we'll just say four times four, because there's 4 ticks in a point. That's 16 ticks, right? Now 16 ticks is 16 times 1250 would be $200. So you can see there's a substantial difference in the volatility, the way that a candle will move. And you'll learn all that stuff as you get your training, how to adjust those things. But it ultimately comes down to, what do you want, right? How much risk can you absorb in your account that you're trading? Okay. So, and you'll work that out over time. And that was probably the single, when I went from stock options to come to futures for the very first time. Number one, I found out I already knew how to do it just from my training that I received from Coach trading stocks and stock options. And all those skills that I learned there when I came to start trading futures were 100% transferable. His indicators are 100% transferable. His trading strategies are 100% transferable, right? His rules are 100% transferable. Everything that applies trading stocks, stock options, will apply to trading futures. So once you develop a skill set to do those things, you will have less issues learning to trade futures. Now, there is a learning curve, but if you can do those other things well and on a consistent basis, you'll pick up trading futures pretty easily. So, but there is risk involved. It's just a different type of risk, right? So you can see here, now I've told you before, energy and the metal sectors and currencies don't tend to move a whole lot after lunchtime, after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You can see how small these candles are. You got a lot of dojis. That's because the volume's died off. Here's the volume bars down here. See how much the volume's dropped, right? It's even lower than the average volume today. So people just don't tend to trade these things. So if you really want some action, you're gonna have to trade the indices like ES, the NASDAQ, and the Russell, those type of things. That's what garners the most attention. Treasuries even die off a little bit. So, and you learn those things when are good times to trade certain things. The indices always have action. Those are the most heavily traded each and every single day. So those are the go-tos if you want a lot of volatility. You can see this thing sat here for how long now? I was up $20, right? Oil just don't move that much. Even with this candle here, let's say this is right here to, we'll just pick this one here. That's only $120 price movement from up there down to there. So you can see the difference from here down to there, where let's say the top of the candle was here and it came down to here. It's only $120 loss on one candle, right? So you can see the difference in the volatility, right? Where if I do this same thing over on the NASDAQ, see, I can lock in my profit, bam, take it right there. If I do that same type of trading over here, I'm going to get my face ripped off because I have to have a wider stop. I have to give it room to work, right? Okay, I'm just reading that little news blurb that popped up there. So, I would go in here with my standard trade, 25. It's how I always enter. I just leave it that way. So I can enter here and a buy here, right? See how tight that is on the NASDAQ? That will get me stopped out in a heartbeat. Why? Because the average NASDAQ candles on this, as of right now, it's $25. So you might well say $27, $28. That's just the average. Well, I got to have, a good stop on that, right? So 25 times 4, like I said, is 100 ticks if you really want to be safe, right? Now, let me set this at 100 ticks. I'm not saying that's where you should have it, and I wouldn't have it quite that big myself, but if you go by the average ATR of a movement of one candle, I'm in 3 trades, so take a third of that. So it's $500. Can you afford to take a $500 loss in any trade on one candle pullback? Well, if you can't, then maybe you shouldn't be trading the NASDAQ, right? But when you trade the NASDAQ, you have to understand that. I'm trading 3 contracts here, so my stop loss could possibly be $1,500. It's the price movement times 3 times because I'm in for 3 contracts. Now you can see I'm up $700 right now, $690, right? Can I take that? Yep, I can go right here and bam-o, made $660. Now that was fake money. I'm trading with my paper trading account. Again, I'm not trying to pull a fast one on here. You can clearly see on my screen right down here, it says paper trading, right? Every day I do the same thing. I'm not risking my real money while I'm in training mode. I'm looking at too many different things at once. When I'm trading by myself, I'm focused on it, and I'm trying to keep out as many distractions as possible. One of the benefits, a new addition to our futures membership, this today was our second full day. We are now live in our Zoom call for our paid members from 8:30 a.m. till 4 p.m. Actually a little bit after 4. That's something we just started. Before it was from noon to 4. So now we're open all day that we can chat live on our Zoom call out things that we see, ask questions, why did it do this, or where's your level, or there or that. But at no time is anybody saying buy now and sell now. We don't do that. Main reason is because nobody, including myself at AmericanDreamTrading.com, are licensed financial advisors. And as such, we can never give you financial, investment, or tax advice. That is illegal, right? Can we discuss your trades? Yes, we can, right? Can we offer some suggestions? Yes, we can, but ultimately it's up to you to make those decisions. And we train you to do that. That's what makes us different from everything else you see out there on the interwebs, the WWWs, right? The TikToks and the YouTubes. Everybody and their brothers I got the secrets to stock market trading. Follow me, and you too could be driving a Lamborghini next week. How much of that crap do you see on there? It's everywhere, right? Well, whatever. They can make whatever the claims they want to be. I can sit here and tell you I've made $20 million this year. Follow me. Does that make it true? Absolutely not. Number one, I haven't made $20 million. Number two, I'm not a liar. So, and number three, I don't have a black heart that hates everybody. So, but I am a boomer. So again, I'm some random dude on the internet, right? Now I am with a bona fide licensed corporation, right? We are a legal corporation. We have 20 moderators or so in our group helping run this corporation. Some train all day, some help run the corporation on the back end, all the things that need done that keeps a business running. That the unsung heroes are other moderators that do that. There's people that answer tickets all day, people that train, answer questions. There's just a lot that goes on, a lot of moving parts to this machine, and it takes a lot of dedicated people to make sure that it runs smoothly. And our members also help with that too. So careful who you take your advice from. The difference between us and them is they're basically our call out groups. They're telling you buy XYZ now and sell XYZ now, right? That type of thing. That does nothing for you. Will you make money doing that? Yeah, sometimes, right? But remember, everything on social media is a minimum of 20 to 30 or 40 seconds behind. So what I'm saying right now, I can see here, let me look. Let's see how many seconds behind you guys are on, to say, YouTube. You are 10. You are 22 seconds behind me actually speaking. So what I'm saying right now happened 20 seconds ago for those alone just on YouTube. You can range anywhere from 20 seconds to 45 seconds or more by the time you hear it. Well, a lot can happen in 20 seconds to a minute, right? The ticker can move a whole lot of ways. And what I said 20 seconds ago, the time you heard it, may not be true right now. So that's why you never listen to that type of thing. Can you make money? Yeah. If the momentum's still going the way they're calling it, yeah, you could get lucky and make it. Well, what happens when that person disappears? Is yelling, buy now, sell now, right? What skill do you have? What did you learn on how to trade? What did that teach you? I taught you absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. That person goes and leaves. You don't know what to do. We're just the opposite. We are not a call out group. We will never tell you to buy something or sell something. What we will do for you is we will educate you. With your paid memberships, we will educate you so that you can make your own informed decision. And you will develop a skill over time that nobody, including Coach himself, can take away from you. Like I've said it, and it sounds kind of cold, but if American Dream Trading would cease to exist tomorrow morning, if I wake up and it no longer exists, not going to happen, but let's just say it did for giggles, right? I would still be able to do what I'm doing here right now. I'm not dependent on any one person. I would be extremely sad. I do learn new things every day by being a member of AmericanDreamTrading.com. There's always something to learn. I learn it from Coach. I learn it from our training materials. I learn it from other members. So it's always, if you ain't learning, you ain't growing. I mean, it's just that simple. And Ben Franklin said hundreds of years ago, the best investment you could ever make is in your education. Get the education first before you start throwing money at the market. What you'll find, if you think you can do it on your own, oh, I watched Mark McSee on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and X, right? And Twitch and Kick and Rumble and all the other social media networks. Excuse me for a minute. I've been watching him enough for free. I can do this on my own. And he might get lucky once in a while. Not saying you won't, right? I'm sure you're smarter than the average bear, or at least you think you are. I used to think that too until I got more education. It's amazing. I heard them talking on Don's aftermarket show last night. I didn't get to participate, but I listened in. They were talking about a revelation that they had about how much more they know now than they knew last year. And they thought last year they knew a lot. And he said it pales in comparison to the knowledge they've acquired even after one more year of training. So it's just astounding. They really, she's in our room here now. She said that, she thought she knew a lot. She didn't know nothing a year ago, like she thought she did, right? that extra year of being in and experiencing trading and, winning and and losing over time and getting more education. It's just mind blowing what we offer here. There's no way, actually, because I'm a moderator and I'm on here now all day long, basically a full time job. Plus, I'm trading in between, right? There's no way I can go back and possibly watch everything that American Dream Trading offers every single week. There's so much going on here. I would have to literally spend the entire weekend going back and watching every video that there is. And I can't do that, right? I got to be selective. So I'll go watch, I might spend a day watching replays of coaches' mentorship programs, or I might watch replays of the gold breakout rooms. I might watch replays of the workshop classes. All those things are recorded as for me as a member of AmericanDreamTrading.com. And that too can be you. So get over there. Let me show you this one so it's fresh in your mind here. Well, Mark, why are you trying to sell us a bunch of stuff? Well, because I know it will benefit you. I wouldn't talk about stuff that I didn't believe would benefit you, right? What am I looking at here? Oh, wrong button. So here's the different things that we have to offer, right? This is our promos. The Diamond membership is the all-inclusive, the mother of all memberships that we offer. It includes lifetime memberships and every membership level that we have: premium, VIP, VIP Gold, futures, and crypto for life. One payment, you can make one payment of $10,000 if you like, or you could split it up between two payments of $5,000 each. That is by far the best value. Matter of fact, that's 50% off the normal price. Plus, we're going to allow you to make two payments if you like to. Now, you do have to understand, if you don't make the payments, the second payment when you're supposed to, you forfeit your membership. So don't be coming in here and just making one payment and think, oh, that's all I'm going to make. Well, guess what? You're going to lose your payment. You're going to lose your membership too, right? So make sure if you're going to commit to making 2 monthly payments to fulfill your obligation, you need to do that. Or just go ahead and pay it all at once. It's up to you. We give you that option. We never gave you that option before. So it's a great benefit. If you want to buy the VIP and VIP Gold together, that's called the VIP Gold, and that's a lifetime membership. You can get that for $8,000 or two payments of $4,000 each. So as you can see, for $2,000 more, you can get everything that we offer, right? The VIP Gold Lifetime Complete membership does not include crypto memberships, does not include the futures membership, right? Now, it does include, that is if you were going to if you can only afford that one, was your top tier you could afford, I would highly recommend the VIP Gold Complete. That gets you the maximum amount of training, maximum amount of time into Zoom calls each and every day, and even Saturdays. So as much as I'd like to say come over to the futures first, if you're really asking my opinion, what is the best for the money for training overall, it would definitely be the VIP memberships. Now, we do have these on a yearly basis also, so you can get these by the year. You can go over to our website and see what they are for a year. But I think once you go over there and see what the price is for a year, you'll agree with me that lifetime is a very, very, very good deal. And the best deal of all of them is the Diamond membership. Go over there and look. Go to www.americandreamtrading.com and check out all our membership packages. If you scroll up over there on YouTube, Doug has been kind enough to make clickable links inside your chat that you can click on and go check it out. It'll take you directly there. And the very last one that he put in there was the coach is giving away $1,000 for free, absolutely free. Don't even have to be a member of American Dream Trading. Matter of fact, you could even share this with a total stranger and they'll be able to enter that drawing, right? And
put in all
it's
the
ran by that
links.
Glee thing. If you've ever entered sweepstakes before on other websites, it says visit our YouTube channel, visit our Instagram channel, visit our Facebook channel, right? Visit our website. It's one of those kind of things. Nothing hard about it. All you can do is click on it and do what it says. It's nothing difficult. And you can click on as many of those as you want. Every one of those you do gives you one entry into that drawing for that free $1,000 cold, hard cash. Who doesn't like cash? Do you like cash? Cash? You want some more cash? There you go. I gave you some. That's what it sounds like when you get handed $1,000. Your cash register rings. So you can also enter that, and you do not have to be a paid member to enter that, like I said. So, all right, let me scroll back up through all these messages that we have here into YouTube. The YouTubes Trading Pennies asks, how do the moving averages correlate with the EWO to choose a better setup? Well, that's part of your training, how to use the indicators on making a proper entry. Some of these indicators may not be in an ideal location when you go to enter a trade, and you have to learn to evaluate that, right? Um, Ideally, all your indicators would be in your rear view mirror before you entered a trade. In this case, to the downhill side, that's not possible. Why? Because VWAP and the 200 MA are down here below, so it's not what we would call, say, a 6-star trade, but it's not. It's still a good trade you can enter. You just have to be where they're at, be aware of where they are before you make an entry. And again, you have to learn how to deal with all this mess up here. Do I enter? Do I not enter? And that's all part of the training that you receive as a paid a member at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go check it out. So, all right, let me go up here. Marcus Mike Jones 1000 Ray. Did that answer your question, by the way, about the EWO? I forgot to come back and ask you that. Just shows you how to get in and out. Again, that's an oversimplified version of what we teach you extensively. Should we the 9 to 2155? Yes, to all those. I use every indicator there is to make a decision. I use every line on my chart to make a decision, right? And all the indicators, even volume, right? I don't necessarily watch the volume bars per se down here, but I do. It's not that I totally ignore it. I'm a big L2 user, the order book over here. I can tell there's volume because these numbers are moving around pretty good, right? When it kind of looks like your screen freezes, that means there's no volume at all. There's nobody buying it. Nobody's selling it, right? And I also have, as part of Coach's indicators, there's a little box down here tells me how many buyers there are and how many sellers there are in this candle right now. There's 501 buyers and there's 2,400 sellers in this one candle, right? Now that's based off my broker, right? That doesn't include the whole world, right? Those are contracts too. And the ATR on the NASDAQ is 26. So as you can see, it's coming down to a double bottom. It's retesting very quickly. And if we look backwards, like I tell you to do every single day that you watch us, look at how strong that level is. So what do you think the statistical odds that it may bounce off of this, right? Look how many times it tried before and failed, right? It bounced and rejected. Now, I will tell you, the more times that it does retest a line, the weaker that line becomes. But doesn't mean that it will break through it. As you can see it right now, it come down, hit that line, bounced off of it, right? Like a bouncing ball thrown up against a wall or thrown on the floor. It rejects and goes the other way. But the quicker that it retests, the more likelihood that it could break through. Doesn't mean it will. It's just like tapping a sheet of ice with a little rock hammer, right? The more you tap, 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 tap on it, the weaker that sheet of ice becomes, right? If you tap, tap, tap enough on 6-inch thick ice, eventually it will crack, right? And it's the same way with support and resistance levels. A lot of times it'll keep testing it. If they want to push it through, they will. It's up to the market movers to do that. Chris asks, what is the indicator on the top screen, not the lower? Thank you. Well, you're welcome, Chris. Thank you for your question. Top is the obviously my chart, right? The indicators up here. Let me reread the question, make sure I understand what you're asking. Indicator on top screen. What is the indicator on top screen, not the lower? Yeah, this is just my chart. And these are Coach's 2.0 indicators that come with your paid membership into VIP Gold, Crypto, Futures, and the Diamond membership. And this is a script that works with TradingView that helps us make better educated decisions on when to enter and exit a trade. Doesn't tell us when to, but you'll learn how to use this through your trading and education that you receive at AmericanDreamTrading.com to make better educated decisions.
Hey, Mark, real quick.
Yes.
YouTube is seeing the promo page and not your
Oh,
chart.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I'm sitting here looking right at it, too. I'm reading the questions, not paying attention to the screen. All right.
I know. And Andrew's looking for, how do you get in and out, and he's like, all we see is the promo page. So
Yeah. Sorry about that. I get to talking and I forget to click some buttons, right? There you go, YouTube. Yeah, the top up here is the chart. Sorry about that, YouTubers, social media people. Yeah, anytime you see I forget to change my screen or unmute myself, holler. Yeah, there it goes. Sorry about that. I was scrolled up on the page, so I didn't see you people hollering about it. I was reading the questions that were asked previously. Yeah, so this is the volume. This is the EWO wave indicator here, and this whole top part is coaches indicators, which work only with TradingView, which requires a standalone subscription, not associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go to TradingView.com for more information on that. We do offer a discount link inside our free Discord that you can get money off of your subscription on that. So you can go over there and check that out and get an automatic discount when you sign up. So we are going to be releasing version 3 here shortly. We're all excited about that. I've had a sneak peek of what's going to be in it and go from there. So anyway, let me scroll back up again, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let's see. Doug's got all the different packages that we offer here. Click on any one of those clickable links in the chat there. There's the $1,000 giveaway, free hard cash. Anybody can join it. You don't have to be a member. And I talked about my initial stop losses. Again, it depends on the ticker. Yes, there is a new version coming out. It hasn't came out yet. They've been talking about it. It's about ready to be released. One of the things we do is we over test everything to death just to make sure we don't release an inferior product that has issues. Anytime you code something or change something in a code, it usually has an effect on something else, right? If you change A, it probably affects B. If you change A, it may affect B and C. So they are doing extensive back testing on that to make sure. And from the sounds of it, they just mentioned it the other day to the members that it sounds like it's just about ready to go. So that should be coming out shortly. That will be pushed out to all the members free. That's part of their membership package. All upgrades are for free. They don't pay extra for that. Free upgrades for life as long as you're a member. By the way, once you cease being a member of American Dream Trading, these indicators will no longer work. And that is tied directly to your membership. Okay, scalping strategy. Good to see you back. Trent, see you there. Does paper trading include the commission fee? Yes, you can I don't go to all that trouble to do that, but yes, there is an option here to include that in. You have to go in here in your account. You can put in a percentage of the commission. You could actually put in a fixed amount, say it's $4 or whatever, right? You can go say it's $4.68 a trade, right, per contract. You can do that too. It does give you the type of things you can do that with, right? So you do have them options within TradingView. Yeah, but when you enter a trade, you can do that. Paper trading and Webull does it also. If you use the classic trade widget and you click the stop loss button, it'll show you the total cost. Actually, when you trade futures, you don't get charged the whole amount at once. You get charged, whatever it is, $2.50 to enter and $2.50 to get out. Whatever the fee is that's charged by your broker. All right. So when we talk about it, well, this was only this trade would only cost you $4. When we say things like that, that means round trip, entering and exiting. So whenever you hear me talk about things like that, you can see that there's not like one chart in Webull, I don't believe, that actually shows you each individual fee, because there's all these SEC things and filing fee. It's convoluted. I don't know how it takes a Philadelphia lawyer to figure it out, but it's built in. You can see it on your trading widgets, what it is. It will show you that, and you'll learn what they are without even thinking about it over time. So you can program that if you want. I don't really worry about it, paper trading, right? I know I have to go, 2 to 3 ticks on average to break even on any trade to pay the transaction fees. So Once this moves up 2 ticks or 3 ticks, I know I've got my commission covered, and everything from there on is pure profit. Right. And it is a flat fee. It doesn't change. I mean, each the metals may charge one thing, the energy may charge another. Trading wheat may charge another. It just depends what they are, and every broker's different on those things. So if you are shopping for a broker, that might be one of the things you look at. Try to get a comparison of fees. If you're heavy trading, if you conduct hundreds of trades a day, that would be a very important consideration when you choose a new broker. I use Webull. I don't worry about it. I just figure it's a cost of doing business. Could I get it cheaper? Yes, I know I can. I tried one broker out. I won't mention the name. I liked everything they had. Everything was perfect, but when I tried trading, it just wasn't executing my trades the way it should. The response when I clicked buy and sell. Selling wasn't a problem. The issue was the entry. I'd click enter and there would be nothing happen. Click it again, then it would take it. Almost like I had to click the button twice. It was very frustrating. I had high hopes for that too, because that was going to save me a lot of money. But when I decided to close that account, I pulled all my money out of there, and because paper trading worked pretty good. When I went to live, that's when I had issues. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Trenton said, "Okay, thanks." Let's see. Are you ever going to tell us when you get in? Yes or no? Absolutely not. We are not a call out group. We do never tell you to enter now and exit now. We teach you how to do that. Would you rather develop a skill that you can make your own decision, or would you rather some idiot that you don't know that's on the internet, such as me, telling you when to get in and out of a trade? What makes you think I'm an expert, right? It's because I have a microphone and a camera. Does that make me an expert? A lot of them people on there make you think they are, right? I don't pretend to be anything I'm not. I am what you see here, okay? I mean, I'm good. I consider myself a very good trader. I'm very successful financially doing it, right? Am I driving around a Lamborghini? Absolutely not. Why? Because I have no intention of wasting money on a depreciable asset such as a fancy car. I am very, that's not where I put my riches at, right? I need a car that's going to get me from point A to point B. You get me to church on Sunday and back home safely, have enough room to haul all my musical instruments around, because when we go gigging, we got to have room. So that's the kind of car that I have. It has a large cargo space, but it's just a simple family, whatever they call it. What do they call them? Crossovers. It's not it's a Toyota RAV4, whatever they call those. Small.
It's a minivan. Mark.
Huh? I don't ain't driving no minivan.
I think it's a minivan.
Huh?
I'm just messing.
I can't stand even be driving behind a minivan. I always want to push them off the road when I see them.
Boy, it's the only thing I can get my Mastiff in.
Yeah, well, I've seen a picture of your Mastiff. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, you have to have a vehicle to do what you need to do, and RAV4 fits my needs. I don't need a Maserati. If somebody gave me one, I would like to have a Cybertruck. I think that would be cool, but that's too much. If you can afford one, more power to you. If I had money that I didn't know what to do with, I'd go get me one. Matter of fact, we have a lot of members, and Coach has one. We had a member here the other day, just from the earnings that he's made trading, went out and bought himself a brand new Cybertruck. I did see, I got to go back and look at it. I seen actually another member bought a new pickup truck, right? I'm not a car person, right? As long as it's dependable. If you'd see what my work car was that I drive, and I still have it, it's still in the garage. I get in it about once a week just to make sure the thing keeps running. It's a 2007 Dodge Caliber 2007. Yeah. I use that as a truck. I open it back up. I throw bales of hay and straw and lumber. And so when I want to get something that's dirty, bricks and dirt and mulch, and yeah, I use it as my truck. It's my work car. Drove it to work every day. If I run into a deer with it, I'm not going to cry. Still runs though. It's a piece of junk, but it still runs. And I don't care. I'm not a car person. I'm not impressed by fancy cars. Not that I wouldn't mind having one, but I ain't going to spend my hard-earned money on it. I don't care what I make. least that's what I say now. Maybe if I'm a bazillionaire, I might think differently. I don't know. I just don't like spending money on a depreciable asset that's not going to be around down the road, right? Okay. Yes, we are not, Andrew. We are not a call out group. We are an educational training group company. We want to give you the skills over time to learn how to make your own educated decisions on when to get in and out of a trade. You should never be dependent on any one person, including me, on how to do trades. We will never tell you to buy and sell at any given time. When you hear people, when Coach is live and you hear people say, oh, gold or, or Tesla's moving this or that, that's not an inducement buy. All that is just a, hey, you might want to take a look at it, but everybody still has to make their own decision on entering a trade. Wouldn't you rather have the skills to know how to do that on your own? And that's our goal here at American Dream Trading, is to teach you that. A skill that nobody can take away from you. Okay. Well, thank you for your comment there, Orklo. They said that investing in his education in American Dream Trading was the best decision he ever made, right? And there's more to trading, just membership. There's a lot of things you need to learn about. So, all right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. It would appear that all the tariff info was built in the market. Well, we were concerned about it as traders, right? Because at any time they haven't instituted those tariffs yet, right? They're going to have a rose garden meeting with the president today and whoever else is going to show up there, right? On instituting the tariffs at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But let's just be real about it. He can decide not to institute them, right? They may come to a last minute agreement with all the other nations, right? And not impose a tariff or reduce them. Market would go nuts if he does that, right? So it's kind of hanging over their head until something's actually in cold hard facts in writing. The markets are going to do what the markets are going to do, right? Well, guess what? The markets are going to go up and down tomorrow just the same they are today, right? Tomorrow the sun will rise no matter what our government leaders want to do. I'm not going to get political about anything. I have very strong political views, but you didn't come here to hear those. And number one, I'm not going to share them with you. That's my business, what I think, right? So, and again, if you have an opposing view than I do, what are we going to do? You're just going to get two idiots arguing, right? And you're not going to accomplish nothing. I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change my mind, right? Just how it is. So that's why you stay away from those kind of things, right? So you want to remain friendly with people. So that'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is 45 minutes from now. So,
Hey, Mark.
yes, sir.
I want to call somebody out.
All
real
right.
quick.
In a good way?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Christina.
Okay, one of our paid members.
Hi.
Oh, there
What did
she
you-
is.
What did you
Hi.
figure out
Oh my God.
that you were able to in the
I'm a
last
dumbass.
5 minutes
Yeah, I'm
make
a dumbass.
$1,200 in paper?
Yeah,
No,
and I've
don't
already
say
made another
that.
5. I can't even. Okay, so I was so focused on the scalping in and out, and also because the money, I was getting the smaller ones, and because of in Robinhood, they're way more expensive. But you were talking about that, Mark. You're talking about that 2-minute EWO, which I used to do a long time ago, and then I got away from it. But I did it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I just thought about it first. I'm like, all I got to do is go in with one contract of the NQ, and I just to test it out, and I'm trying it on paper, which I suck at paper trading, but and within not even 5 minutes, I'm up $1,200. I was like, okay. So then I'm testing it out on the other ones, the small. I'm just testing it different ways, and I'm like, that's so easy. What the hell's wrong with me? Why have I been making it so hard? I've been making it so freaking hard. I can't wait till tomorrow. Oh
There
my
you go.
God.
Well,
Damn it, thank you, Mark.
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
such a dumbass.
no, you're not.
Oh my God, but
I'm the same way, Christina. That's all
I don't know
that's
what it
all I
was.
knew
You
the
said
first
it
year.
made
I
it click
traded
all of a
nothing but
sudden.
the EWO. First year, it worked so good, I quit doing it.
Right, me too.
Christina.
Me too.
Christina.
Yeah.
We call this the light switch moment. You are welcome.
But I've had, the lights are already kind of dim. I've had the light switches on before. They just kind of dimmed out a little bit. But this one just boom, bright. Thank you.
Well,
Holy
You
shit.
know, until
now I got to get my money
yesterday-
over to Webull. I got to get it totally out of Robinhood.
There you
You
go.
don't believe the difference. You know how during the day, like NQ is what, $1,021, something like that, right?
Yeah, something
In
like
Robinhood, it is the full amount, that 20 something $1,000
that. Really?
Oh, they have overnight margins all day long?
all day long. Yeah,
Oh, for crying out loud.
right. That's
Get
why
out of
all I've
here.
been doing is the little micro, and
Get
scalping.
out.
So I'm getting nowhere.
Get
Yeah,
out.
micro's $122.
Yeah, but and it's not over. I don't even know. No, it's not over here in Robinhood. It's more than that. It's not 100 and something. It's 1,000 something. I don't
Yeah,
know, but
if you guys are
ridiculous.
paying overnight margins, if your brokers are charging you overnight margins during intraday trading period times, find another broker,
Yeah.
Oh
please.
yeah,
Holy moly.
I'm just gonna put it over in Webull. I just gotta get it wired over or whatever. But yeah, it's ridiculous how much they're charging. And I've just started noticing it all because I was trading different ones and looking at them. I'm like, wait a minute, oh,
Apparently
20 something
TOS does
thousand
the same
dollars.
thing.
It's ridiculous. Um, yeah, but I can't even believe it. All the time and
Could
money
it
I've
be
wasted.
could
Oh
it
my
be that
God.
way because of the event day or no? You don't think
No,
so?
no, it's always
Okay.
this way. Yeah, they're always charging. And now I don't know if they're always charging that full amount, that 20,000, but I know over 1,000 when it's normally over here, it's 121. I know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's one of those things, folks, that if you don't understand your broker's margin requirements and fees, you really need to dig into it because there's better options out there.
yeah, because they realize that there's no way you can make any money if you have a small account. There's no way using Robinhood with those you can't make money because you can't do it. You just
Well, and
can't.
that's why, ones like TOS, they require a $25,000 account to be able to do anything.
Right,
Right.
right,
Now,
and that's
Webull does not.
right.
$500 account to start a futures account. That's all you need.
And
right.
you can find brokers out there that have no minimum requirements and fees are even cheaper than Webull. Again, we're not bad mouthing the brokers
No,
that were
but
just mentioned
it's
out
just
loud. They
different.
all have their purpose, but there's always something a little bit better. You need to explore those on your own and see what best fits how you trade
And
in
I've
your
wasted
budget.
so much time. I could have made so much money by now. Like, not. That's all right. That's all right. Got
Well,
more days to come.
I'd say I
Here
told you
we
so,
go.
but I've been telling you so for well
I
over a year
know,
and a
Mark.
half.
I
Anyway,
know. And
no,
I've
that's
been
good.
watching you and Angie, and I'm like, oh, why? I used to be able to do this. What am I doing wrong? Like, why can't I can't get it? It's just not working lately. And it's just like it was just the little nuances that had me, little things.
Yep.
It wasn't me because I was doing everything right, but I was like, I'm not getting much of anywhere, so I gave up. And I decided to listen to you today.
Well,
Thanks,
in
Mark.
all honesty, I haven't done an EWO in probably year and a half, maybe a
Well,
year.
you might wanna. That's why
And
Angie's
it
beating
worked
you.
so well, I quit doing it and I became a scalper, right? Because I learned how to do that in the pre-market
Right.
and I enjoy it.
And
I
it's
love it.
fun. I
And I
know I
didn't
do
even do an
too.
EWO until yesterday. And then you can give all the credit to Ange. She
Yeah.
decided on her own to do her own 90-day challenge. And she was going to do nothing but EWO entries as a general rule. Not that she
Yeah.
won't scalp once in a while when it calls for it, but
Yeah.
she committed to doing it. And I said, okay, well, that sounds great. I'm going to do that too.
And
And we
holy
have other
crap, what a
members in here
difference.
that also have accepted that challenge. And I had 2 extremely successful days in a row playing the EWO. It's a very
Well,
simple
I'll
and
be in
easy to
there.
understand strategy. You just have to understand when to get out. That's the kicker.
I
Now,
gotta figure. I gotta get my money over there. It's gonna take a couple days, I think.
you need to tell Coach that same story tomorrow morning
I will. I
after
will.
8
'Cause I'm
o'clock.
floored. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, it's his. What does he? He says every day. Everybody should be play. That's what all traders should be using, especially when you're starting out, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and it is. I was looking at because then I was sitting here testing different things, and I just went in and I'm like, it is all entry. That's what's been my problem. Entry.
mhm,
Scalping. I'm going. It's all been my entry. Yeah,
right. And for
and
those that
and
have
just the whole
short
thing.
attention spans, the EWO helps with the
Ugh.
trading too. Not mentioning any names.
None. Well, thanks, Mark. I'll be
Thanks,
getting rich
Ange.
with you soon.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ange,
Ange.
for making us go back
Thank
to the
you.
basics. What worked
Yeah,
so
back to
well
the
for us
basics.
to
That's
start with.
exactly it. Back to the basics.
Yep.
And she can see the future or something.
But I will
The
give you
futures.
it is driving me nuts to do an EWO because I want that crack hit, right?
I know. I know.
Scalp,
Yeah.
in and out, right? It's very
Yeah.
addictive.
Yeah, well, once you settle on EWO and it's a comfortable one, could like me, I won't do it right away. After a while, then I'll probably do a couple little scalps in between. Like Palm says, he does it like video game in between.
Yeah, I mean, when you get into chop, right, it gets into
Yeah,
a tight channel or something. Yeah, there's a
yeah.
purpose for scalping, and there's, I still consider myself a scalper in and out, but believe me, yesterday was probably the hardest trading day that I've had in a year and a half, just because I was sitting on my hands playing
Mm.
a very successful EWO, but it was just sitting there watching it make me money. It was so hard. I live such a rough life.
I
Playing
know
an
it's so
EWO,
hard.
why it
Oh, it
makes you
sounds
money.
so difficult.
One click, right? And I
But
showed
then what
that
about the
earlier.
pullback? When it pulls back on you, do you just get out? Because you can get right back in. That's the thing.
Well, you can, but you should trust your indicators. Do
Right,
you
right, right.
trust those indicators? That's the
Yeah,
question I had to ask myself, and
it's
I
hard.
found I give it lip service that I do, but I really didn't
Yeah.
in my actions, right? So,
Right, right. Me too. Because I don't, yeah, because it's me not trusting myself. Do I have it right? Do I have them? Like all that.
right. So trust
Yeah,
the indicators, trust your levels,
yeah.
trust your gold lines as you have on your charts.
Hey, on paper trading, there's no At least I thought it was there, but the turbo trader futures, that one, I'm not finding it on paper now. I thought it was
There's a
here.
widget for futures in the Weeble. They have one widget that
Yeah,
has everything you can trade.
but it
It's
doesn't have the
there.
turbo trader for futures.
There is a turbo trader for futures in Weeble.
Yeah, but not on paper. Not on the paper one. I can't, and it's not there.
It's there.
Oh, am I stupid? You know what? I had to I cleared out my whole computer and everything. I've got everything screwed up trying to redo everything, and I'm not good at computers. So, all right, I'll find it.
Yep.
All
Hey,
right,
we
cool.
do offer
Thanks.
training from 8:30 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. Feel free to stop by for that training. We can help you out with that kind of things.
Thank you. I need that. I'll be there. I'll be there tomorrow
I know
for
you know
sure.
that. Just playing.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for that
Thanks, Ange. Thanks,
revelation,
Doug.
sharing that little light bulb moment with us. Appreciate it.
Man, there's going to be a total game changer.
She didn't have a choice. I was
It's
going to
going to be
make her
such a
tell
game
us.
changer. All I need is just like $1,200, and I can to go into the big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I know. I'm
But
like,
Missy,
I gotta wait.
Missy,
Yes, yes.
my crows, my
Yeah,
crows.
I know. That's what I've been doing. That's why I've been
Don't you dare.
I've already played that one before.
Don't care. You're moving into a new system.
All
My
right,
crows.
true. All right, you're right. All right, well, I'm excited now. I better go to bed so tomorrow comes quick because I want to make that money.
Make us call coach to virtually slap you through the computer.
Probably, yeah, I know.
My crows.
No, I'm in it to win, and I'm not giving any money back. I've been like trying. That's why I pulled out because I'm like, it wasn't doing me very good. So I've been just very, very cautious lately because I cannot afford to lose any money. So super cautious, unlike myself. So
All right, cool.
thank you.
Back to our regular scheduled program. Thank you.
Back
Thank you for
on it.
sharing.
Make sure you
Thank
share
you.
that with Coach after he comes in the morning at 8 o'clock.
I will.
Thanks,
Mark.
One of our members just posted that I think it's Costco where you can get a hot dog for $1.50. Is that true? Is that where that's at? He made enough that he can buy He figured out with the earnings he made today, he could buy 4,000 hot dogs there.
That is 4,000 lips and assholes. I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Hot dogs are gross.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd want to eat 4,000 hot dogs, but maybe they are good. I don't know. But think of that.
Jar.
That's a lot of something, right? And that's what trading can do for you, right? Wouldn't be a wise investment, but maybe he wants to feed the homeless. Yeah, there you go. Right? Very good member who posted that, who I won't name out loud. Congratulations on that trade today. All right. That's in our Zoom chat. What else we got going here? Yes, with a $500 account that it takes to open an account with Weeble, that's their requirement. That's not an SEC requirement. Weeble requires $500 to open a futures trading account. Some brokers have 0 requirements. You could trade 5 micros of ES every day. did we talk about that during the live, or was that during the training session? If you'd have bought 5 micros, you'd have made what was that? $1,500 in one trade with 5 micros with a $500 account, buying 5 contracts at ES on that one EWO, you would have made $1,500. True cost after the margin is returned to your account would have been about $15 in transaction fees. Pretty good return, right? Now, again, you got to have that $500 in your margin account, but so now we got a discussion about hot dogs. Trading Penny says the cart outside Home Depots are good. Yeah, I think I'll just make my own. I'm not a big hot dog fan. I like cooking them on an open fire, but I'm not a big hot dog eater myself. All right, what other questions do we have, either from our members that are in our room or on our social media? What do you got for us? If not, I'll keep talking, right? Anyway, picking your broker. If you already have a broker you like and it does the things you want to do, there's no reason to change, right? The key of having what broker you use is knowing how to use their software. You need to learn their desktop software. You need to learn their web-based software if they offer that. You also need to know how to use their cell phone version of the software. And if you have a tablet, how to use your broker's software for the tablet if they offer it. Why do I say that? Well, if I'm trading on my computer at home and my computer burns up and now I can't use my computer ever again, I have to have a backup system. Well, I got my cell phone right next to me. Not only that, I have a laptop, MacBook Pro laptop right next to me, and I also have my iPad Pro right next to me. I got 3 devices I can grab in a fraction of a second to get in and out of a trade if I have to, if my computer dies. Or my power goes out today. Bad storm went through here, Dougie sent it from his home state, which is to the west of me, and to the north, which I will not say that word out loud because us in Ohio are forbidden
Michigan.
to speak that state's name. It makes us nauseous even to think about what the name is, even without speaking it. I'll let you.
That's hurtful.
Folks. Yeah,
it's hurtful. I don't feel that way about Ohio.
Well, that's you.
It's just
that's because
I love everybody.
That's because of the lack of education you get in that state up north. So
Oh, you are not wrong about that.
But I do have multiple things, and the storm blew through. It only lasted, the heaviest part only lasted probably 10 minutes. It actually hailed. I took video of it. The deck had hail all over it. Temperature dropped tremendously as the storm came in, severe lightning, winds and everything. But when it was all said and done, it was a whole 10 minutes of nothingness. It moved on. But the lights did flicker in my house. They didn't go out, but I was actually it was during our training period, and they flickered, but I didn't lose power. But if it had, I have a UPC emergency backup power thing that I bought off of Amazon actually for $160, and it will run my system for hours if I need it to. Right, and of course I'm not going to run it on battery for 2 hours. I'm going to use that time to get out of my trade and shut my system down properly. Yada yada yada. Right, so. You should always have backups to your backups. Have a backup battery pack. You can get one of them. The one I have is, I think it was $159 that I bought it off of Amazon, delivered it right to my house. There's all kinds of different makes and models. Pick your own. That was just the one I looked. I had a member ask about it today, and I looked on my Amazon account and seen what it was, and it was $159. How much money can you lose in a matter of minutes in an active trade if it goes against you and you have no power to your system to get out of it? Or you don't have a cell phone, or you don't have a tablet, or you don't have a laptop, right? Now, if you have a router in your house and you lose power to your entire house, what good is your internet? You don't have it, right? You just lost your router that's supplying your high-speed internet, right? So you're going to need cell service to do that. So you have to have a cell service capable device of getting it out of the trade. Worst case scenario, and I would definitely use this as a last resort, is you get on the telephone and call your broker's 1-800 number, and they will get you out of the trade, right? So you may have to wait in the line, and by that time, I will guarantee you're going to probably lose more than $159, right? You can lose that in fractions of a second, right? I can lose that on, let's take a look here. Let me do one contract of NQ. just do one, and I'm going to short this just so you can see. We'll see how fast. I gotta get my stop out of the way. I got it all jammed up together there. All right, right there. There's I made $20. There's $50. Oh, I'm down 5. I'm down 40. I'm down 20. I'm down 40. Right. See how fast them numbers move around. How long do you think that's going to take to say 150 on there, either up or down? Right. You can see that right here. Right. This is my stop loss up here. This is the actual earnings. See how fast them numbers move around. And if you have to hurry up and go find your cell phone or your tablet or turn on your laptop if it's sitting there, you can just see just on NQ. This will move. Well, it's an ATR right now of 28, so it's even higher than it was earlier. Earlier today we looked at it, was like 25, right? Right there's $145, there's $155, $175 I've lost, 170, 200, 185, 190. Do you think that would have paid for that $159 battery backup that you just sit under your desk and plug in, and when your power goes out, it instantly kicks on? And I've had it 3 times in an actively trading. I've had it longer, but I mean, I've had 3 times I was in an active trade when I lost power to my house, and I didn't even know the power. If I hadn't had a basement light on, I wouldn't even know the power went out, because it just kicked in. I mean, it was my monitor didn't even flicker. There was no way it was that fast. I was amazed. Like I say, if I didn't have any lights on down here in the basement where I'm living like a troll trading, I wouldn't even known the power went out. It was that fast. No flicker, no nothing. It's amazing technology. So right now, you can see I'm down $230 in fractions of a minute, right? Would you think that if I was in a losing trade right now and I lost my power, you think that $159 would have been money well spent, right? Now I got enough, I can buy one for every room in the house if I want to, right? That quick. So think about those things. If you are actively trading constantly, if you're actively trading like I am to pay your bills, to keep the roof over your head, you better be investing in backup systems, including battery backups that you can go buy anywhere, any office store, or you can order them directly from places like Amazon, right? There's $530 I've lost already, right, on this fake trade. This is paper money, right? I'm not losing real money here. So I hope you can see the value in protecting your, if this is your vocation and your family is dependent 100% on, like mine is, doing this, then I better have resources in place to make sure that I can get out of a trade if I need to, right? It's okay if the trade's going your way when you lose power. But, as a matter of fact, one time it did go in my favor when I lost power. I mean, the power is out, but I didn't lose power to my computer system because of my thing. But the other 2 times, it was actually going to pull back on me when it kicked on. It was just starting to retrace. And if I hadn't had that, I would have been, and where I live at's a rural area, so my cell phone is not that dependable. I would hope I never have to get out of an emergency just based on the cell phone. I have, actually, before I had these UPCs, the power went out, and I actually got out of the trade on my cell phone. I must have had good coverage that day because I didn't have any issues exiting my trade. So these are things you need to consider if you're going to become a day trader. If your livelihood depends on your ability to use an electronic device, you better have alternate things, and you better have a simple battery backup system. Do you need to spend $159 on one? No, I don't know. Just the one I bought it's like a 1,500, I think it's the number. I didn't go buy the top line one, and I didn't buy the cheapest one either, right? So, the
It's a good
idea of
idea to
those
have 2
battery
different phone
backups is,
services,
yeah,
like AT&T and T-Mobile or whatever, on 2 different phones. So if one service goes out, then
Yep.
you have the other one. Yeah.
And see, Coach tells people to do that. Is that extra $50 from an alternate cell service provider, right? I mean, Verizon the other day, last week, just had issues with their service, didn't they? They were out in different parts of the country. So if you were on your cell phone and you didn't have T-Mobile or whatever, right? Coach actually has his cell phone service with every company that's in his area, that no matter what happens, he's more than likely able to have a cell service, right? Generally, you don't hear of multiple cell phone companies going down at the same time. Possible, I guess, right? I'm sure they've made movies about that, right? So, Again, these are all the little things you don't think, because when you're trading for yourself to provide for your family, you are a self-employed business person, right? So, just the same as you wouldn't drive a $400,000 car without insurance on it. That'd be foolish, right? And if you owed that money in a monthly payment, that would be foolish to do that. So ensure that you're able to do your job as a trader, and have those important systems in place. I don't have that with a different cell carrier because they all suck where I live. Barely able to make a phone call. So I just have the one. I can get one. There is an actual other one I can get, but I just haven't done it. Why? Because I got battery backup. That's my lifeline right now. So, and you need to test those once in a while also, right? Batteries only last for so long. You don't want to have one for 5 years and never test it, and the power goes out and you find out, oh, this battery's dead. It was plugged in the whole time, but not holding the charge, right? So if you have to, kill the power in your house, in your meter, your electric box, breaker box, just to make sure it actually works. All those little things that we don't think about that could cost you lots of money, let alone the dumb things we do when we're in a trade, right? So I can close this fake paper trade out. Just in that amount of time, I lost $600 on that trade. Anyway, see all the things we could talk about here. Jazzman said, what is the EWO? Trading. It's a trading strategy coach uses with the Elliott wave oscillator. That's what this is. It's an EWO, which basically the basic theory is that Mr. Elliott, who's a real person, not with American Dream Trading, he's a trader. He came up with a mathematical formula somehow, and a logarithm that works with the stock market moving up and down. His basic theory of the Elliott wave oscillator is that stocks will move up and down in waves. So, and that's what this is. It's, you can see they're waves, right? It looks like a wave in the ocean, right? A rolling hill anywhere in the country, right? So, and by utilizing trading strategies with that wave, you can hopefully use to do that. That's what Coach has, is the 2-minute EWO strategy that we teach here every single day at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Among other things, Coach teaches different trading strategies. He teaches scalping. He teaches us how to do the 2-minute EWO, how to swing trade, how to long-term invest, how to invest dividends, how to get into dividend investing products, how to better your retirement, what things you can do there. You can do options, there's millions of things you can do trading options, all those things, and futures and crypto and stocks and stock options. So there's a whole extensive thing that we cover in here that will just blow your mind. Again, you're only seeing I wouldn't even say the tip of the iceberg. It's even smaller than that by watching these lives freely. If you ask any member that's come in here recently, they will tell you their brain turned to mush the first couple of days they were in here, and all the things that you can do and learn inside our corporation. And we are a legally licensed corporation. He's been around for over 4.5, probably more closer to 5 years now. Coach has been live every day, Monday through Friday, for 2 years, 8 months, we figured out the other day, I believe, 2 years and 8 months, so over 2.5 years. And, we are live here free for you for 3 times a day. Do we have to do this? Absolutely not. We don't have to provide this service. It's free to you. I mean, let's face it, the reason we're doing this is that you will like what you see here. You get a little bit of taste of it. You want to drink the Kool-Aid, right? And you want to step up your game in trading, right, and your education, then you'll want to look into buying one of our memberships. And right now we do have those big promos going on. You can get the Diamond Lifetime membership. It's on discount right now for $10K, and we'll even allow you to make 2 payments of $5,000 each. That is our all-inclusive lifetime membership in every program that we have. Every program that we have, mentorship, breakout rooms, workshop classes, all these things that are standalone products that you can buy individually once you're a member. You don't have to buy them, but it includes every single thing we've ever created. And a lot of these things are $5,000, $6,000 on their own. The VIP Gold Complete is $8,000. You can make two $4,000 payments for the VIP Gold Complete lifetime membership. And again, I stress these are lifetime memberships. In other words, you pay for them once and you're done. You never, ever, ever have to pay again for the rest of your life, right? Coach does not offer lifetime memberships. I mean, it's very rarely does he offer lifetimes. Why? Well, because it's actually a loss for him to do that, right? You pay one time and you're done. Well, what about the people who pay monthly? Those are reoccurring subscriptions, right? People keep paying month after month, year after year after year, right? So coach gets that membership money every year, right, for his business. If you buy a lifetime, that's a one and done thing, right? Sure, he gets that money up front, but then what? You know, you keep, if he would sell 1,000 of them things, it's really going to hurt his company because, right, when we get an increase in membership, we have to have an increase of resources. We have to have more. We have to have more moderators to keep the corporation running, right? We have to have more training. We have to have open up different Zooms. The Zooms that we transmit to our members is not free. It's actually a very expensive service for the size of service we have. We have an average of 400 to 700 people in our Zoom room at any given time when coach is live. So those things are not for free, in spite of what you think. Can you have your own personal Zoom account for free? Yes, you can. Well, I guess what? I think what's a free one support, like 20 people, and then I think you can only use it for an hour or two max at one time, something like that. There's limitations, but it is free. I've used it myself. I held a Zoom meeting on my own personal Zoom account for free in the past years, and it worked really well. I didn't pay nothing for it, but it's not going to do what we're doing here. We're the only corporation out there of our kind that provides Zoom training for 12 hours per day for their paid members. It's amazing. Nobody does it. Open mic. They can ask questions. You heard CMAC on here earlier telling her experience about the EWO. She can ask questions any time of day she wants, right? Up to 12 hours a day. She's got access. And if they're bashful about opening their mic and speaking on the mic, they can type in their questions in our Zoom chat box. And a lot of members do that. I've mentioned numerous times, I got members I've never heard speak on a microphone. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that, right? It's a lot easier to interact when you don't have to type something, right? So I try to encourage them to use their mics, but it doesn't matter. They're a member. They can interact however they want. It's their membership, right? So no wrong or right way, but we try to provide all the different ways of interacting with each other. We try to provide all the different ways of interaction as far as the learning, how people learn. We do it verbally. People like to hear things explained over and over. Other times people want to read things. We provide those type of training materials. People like to watch videos, see things that way so they can listen and hear, right? So we try to provide all the different types of learning instruments that people use because, I may not pay attention very well, right? So it's better off for me to read something or better off for me to hear it, but watch a video of it that I can see visually, right? And put the two together. So we provide all means of education, forms of education that will fit your needs. It's an amazing thing. There's uncountless tens of thousands of hours that have been put into these type of things just for you as a member. And I would think you would talk to any American Dream Trading member, the type of things that we offer, education and materials that we have is mind-blowing. Taking a lot of people a lot of work. As a matter of fact, we created a new training video today during our live futures training with our paid members. Matter of fact, Doug conducted that. We recorded it, and our media team will pass it off to them, and then they'll put that in their queue, and they'll process that, and they'll make a training video out of it. It was a very good session. It's one of those things that we actually recording his screen live while he's talking. So there's a combination. So we made a training video that people will be able to refer to in the future anytime they choose to do so with their membership. So, and we went out of our way to actually create that, didn't we? We asked our members to hold their questions till the end, until Doug says, does anybody have any questions, right? That way it would be uninterrupted training video with minimal amount of editing needed done after the fact. So, all right.
By the way, I asked unhappily a housewife what to do with that because I couldn't find where I could pull it out of the cloud.
Yep.
She mentioned that all we have to do is say that we recorded something and they go get it. So we don't
Right.
actually have access to the cloud to see that.
Yeah. I have to my recordings. So,
Do you? Okay.
yeah.
I don't have that power.
No. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Just mentions to Bruno, I'm sure, that whatever that is. And it might be a licensing thing, right? You only issued so many license per product type of thing too. I don't know. Not no big deal. It's not
Well,
it's not that I even go in there and look at the past recordings, because after I think 30 days, then they fall off. They self-delete, right? So if we
Yep.
do something we want training out of it to watch in the future, we have to take care of it pretty quickly. So, I think we only have like 30 days. So before it self-deletes. If not, things would just pile up there at Finium, right? And limited on how much you can save. So, all right, let me go back up here to questions again. Does any of our paid members have a question or comment? Go ahead while I'm looking for a next question in our live chats up here. All right. Yep. Okay. Well, here's one thing I would like to do. Trading is about knowledge, right? To be able to be a better educated trader. You get that by being educated in various methods, right? But there's also some basic strategies you need to learn, right? And I learned, how do I put lines on my chart, right? So you need to learn how to do all that stuff. How do I put indicators on it? Now, how do I use that information that I just slapped all over my chart, right? And that's all part of the education and training. But there's
Promo's still
also,
up.
excuse me?
The promo's still up on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't click the button. And there's also, Coach has rules, right? And those rules are meant not to make you money. Those rules are there to make sure that you preserve your account. You can't trade tomorrow what you blow today, right? You lose money today, well, you just lost the opportunity cost of that money. Now it's a double whammy. Not only did you lose that money today, but now you lose the potential of trading that money tomorrow, right? To turn a profit. So you get smacked twice if you think about it that way, right? What you lose today, you've lost forever, and you don't have that money to trade tomorrow. So it makes it that much harder. You do that enough, eventually you wake up one day and you look at your account and it says 0 and you've done, right? So to try to prevent that, Coach has rules, and I want to share them rules with you. Make sure you get a piece of paper. You'll see behind Coach's head in this video that Coach has the rules listed there, and he also expounds on other things that he wants you to make sure you look. So, Coach, do you have rules? What's this whole thing about rules? You got rules, Coach?
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money.
No sound coming from the video.
Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time when I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers, making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go into large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes, is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah. Because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner.
Oops, wrong button. I'm back. I forgot to switch the mode up here. When I clicked the button to load up my next window, I shut him off early. Anyway, again, the coach's rules, you saw what they were, right? I killed it a couple minutes early, few minutes from the end there. Wonder where Coach quit talking for, because I was moving my screen around and I bumped the button. Oops, wrong button. So anyway, coach's rules are there to help you preserve your account. Always trade with a stop. Never, ever trade with a stop. You don't see me trade without stops, right? It's already pre-programmed in. When I bring it in, I go up here. When I first start trading this ticker, I have an account, then there's click. So I can go in here, click buy. There's my stop. It's already in there, right? I don't have this spread out very far for the NQ, right? Then I go back in here again, and get out of here and sell it down and go in here and I can click the button this way, bang. Look, see my next trade, I'm out of that. It's automatically preloaded. Bang, right? There it is. And I want to get out of this trade. I click the button and get out, right? So in the same way when I go trade anything else, right? Now there's other ways I can get into trade. I can go over here and click this button and it'll load up. Now this one is not programmed with a stop. So I try never to use that as little as possible. I can add a stop here after the fact, kind of, right? Technically, I can add a stop there, right? And then when I get my money and I want to get out, I can do that, right? I can do the same thing, buy, sell there. This is through TradingView. Your broker will have something similar, right? Webull does too. Now I do. Oh, that come on me quick. So there's different ways of doing it. You need to learn how to do it. Just follow coach's rules. They're there for a reason. I find a high percentage of the time when I lose money on a trade is because I broke one of coach's rules. They're very easy to understand. They really are. They're very easy to follow if you're disciplined, right? Problem is we want to do things our own way. So make sure you have those wrote down till you learn them by heart, and you'll find that you'll be a lot better in the long run. So anyway, don't forget to go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go over there, grab our Discord, get inside our Discord, get in there and look around, kick the tires, say hi, ask questions, and you'll find that they'll get answered. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com to take advantage of those promotions that I've been talking about off and on today, right? They're not going to last forever. Again, that diamond membership is the ultimate way to do it. It is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but it is such a great value. All I can tell you from my own personal experience, every membership, and I've bought them all except for futures because I'm in here doing this, so I got futures membership for free being a moderator. But I've purchased every membership there was. Now, the diamond didn't exist at the time, but that's a newer product. Every time I've purchased a membership, I've always made my money back within days or the same week. Will that happen for you? Can't say that. Not making any guarantees about that. We have people buy memberships and they struggle, right? So it's up to the individual how you use it, how you learn from all the information that you get. For me, I always got an immediate return on my money, and it was an exciting thing. So, and what I mean by a return on my money, I mean I was able to learn principles that I acquired with each one of those new membership levels to conduct successful trades that more than paid for the cost of my membership. Can't guarantee you'll experience the same thing because I can't click your mouse button for you, right? So I do thank everybody for being here today during this free live. It's an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. We are live 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live here with the Futures Education and Trading Program from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily, Monday through Friday. And we will have the aftermarket show starting at 5 p.m. tonight. And it's also every night, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Make sure you check them out. Matter of fact, when you go over there tonight on our YouTube channel and you join the aftermarket show, make sure you say, hey, howdy ho, neighbor. Mark sent me, right? I come from the future. She really likes it when you say Mark McSee. She loves that name. So make sure you mention that name. So say it often, say it loud, say it proud, right? Anyway, thank you for being here today. This does conclude this broadcast. Anyone on any of our live broadcasts are immediately available for review over on our YouTube channel, immediately following the conclusion of all those broadcasts. Thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure anybody you come in contact for the rest of today that you would leave a positive, lasting impression with them. Create positive memories, right? So I will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. See ya. Goodbye. All right. Well, we are done live broadcasting. Thank everybody for being
Mark,
here
you're such a
today.
ham.
What's that?
You're such a ham.
Yeah,
You ham it up. You're good.
All right. I will